Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Weirdmobile. We are transforming our 98 Honda Accord sedan into a two-door El Camino. Last episode, we took the springs from the 7 Series, which gave us about 5 inches of lift to clear our 29.5 inch tall truck tires. This time, we played with fiberglass, fuel pumps, built a roof rack, and finished the tailgate. Here we are on a Friday morning, and I'm gonna get some work done on this car. Mikey's not here right now, but we've got a long to-do list, and one of those things is seal cab wall / fiberglass. And after episode, I think it was 13 or 14, whichever one Mikey botched the fiberglass job on, I think I'm gonna handle this one myself. So as you can see, we've got some metal plates over these large holes, and now I just need to go back and fiberglass all these small areas up to keep the rodents from finding their way into the inside of the car. By rodents, I mean everything from mice to cats. Alright, and I am done. Now, I never claimed to be good at this stuff, but hey, it's good enough for the Weirdmobile. I'm not sure what we're gonna do in the bottom yet, because we've got wires coming through. We'll figure that out when we get there. So years of being exposed to the weather has not been kind to our harness. I've actually got the whole back half of the harness out of the car right now. Mikey picked up a new trunk lid at the scrapyard, and it had a nice harness on it. So when I unplugged the old one, you can see it's got the green death, as he calls it, inside. And that's why our taillights and stuff kept burning out. Here's the new one. And here is the old one. And you can see it's got some nastiness in there. So we're gonna clean this up, and I've got the new one all labeled, and we're gonna install this one so that it's not just sitting out in the open part of the bed. We're gonna run up along the edge, because it is nice and fresh and clean, and we're going to keep it that way. And you can see where it comes out of the cab right now, and we have a junction where it kind of comes off and goes into the fuel pump, and then the rest of the harness is going to run up along the side here and up along this bed rail over the shock tower and kind of pop down back here to the stock location. So when I unplugged the fuel pump, I noticed that one of the pins was so corroded that it completely disintegrated, as in it's gone. I don't know how this car even ran. So we're gonna have to fix that now. Now, if you remember back in episode 3, we actually put in a new gas tank because the old one was rusted out. And because we're in Ohio, all the screws holding the fuel pump were completely rusted again, so we're gonna replace them all again. And once we pull the fuel pump out, we can see from the bottom that the pins were actually molded into the plastic, and there was not going to be a way we could just replace the pin. So we went ahead and called it a night and placed an order for a used fuel pump off eBay. And in the meantime, let's go work on a roof rack. Here is our collection of scrap metal, which we're going to use to build a roof rack that's going to hold our spare 29.5 inch tire. the sheet metal on the roof is not thick enough to support the weight of this heavy roof rack plus the cargo in it. So we made these thicker steel plates that we're going to weld to the roof, and that's going to help distribute the weight from the roof rack. Now we're going to figure out how to mount this thing to the roof. We do want to use bolts so that we can take it off should we ever need to. So going on a bumpy road, the weight of the tire might cause a beam of the roof rack to hit the sunroof and shatter the glass. I love the rugged look of the exposed welds. However, we are going to have to put some filler on this and fill in these gaps so that water doesn't creep behind this plate that we welded on and rot out the roof. Keeping with the theme of using only scrap metal for this roof rack, I've got the perfect piece right here. I'm going to put a front on this to make it more aerodynamic. And here's another piece I'm going to use for the other side of the front, and check out that patina. Once again, the 7 Series coming through as a parts car for the Weirdmobile. We took these are the springs from inside one of the front seats, and we're going to weld these onto our basket, and it's just kind of a safeguard to keep some bigger objects from falling through those holes. Now before we put this back up on the car, I'm going to throw some paint down, and this is going to be to protect our welds. Now I really like this, I guess we'll call it patina / rust here, so I'm going to actually just clear over these welds because I think exposed welds look pretty cool, especially on the Weirdmobile. We did lay down some body filler around those braces and brackets for the roof rack, and I'm going to go the extra distance here and even primer and paint silver just to kind of make it match the roof. Giving the Weirdmobile a little bit of extra love today. She's been through a lot. And there you have it. The roof rack made completely from scrap metal is complete. We got it mounted up here, and if you remember when we had a tire on top before, the glass was really close and actually contacting that crossbeam under big bumps. I did find an extra piece of aluminum actually from a truck bed tonneau cover, and we put that under, and that really helped make the whole thing more solid, and we don't have to worry about the roof rack cracking the sunroof anymore. Back in episode 17, we engineered our tailgate hinges from old Camaro parts, and it worked great. Now it's time to go back and finish up the rest of the tailgate and make this thing solid. We've cut off all of our tack welds and got this thing back to a bare bones tailgate, and we're going to make the sheet of metal. It's going to go all the way across and make this thing look nice and something that we can sit on. So we got some cardboard templates here, and these are going to go across like this, and then fold at a 90 here and actually tuck inside of this top part, and that will make it a lot more solid and a lot more smooth. So back over to this side, our tailgate's 40 inches wide. This is only 36, so we had to make 2 small ones instead of 1 big one. And because we didn't have a long enough piece of sheet metal to go all the way across the tailgate, we have about a 4-inch wide gap in the middle. But that's alright because here I'm making an access panel which is removable should we ever need to get inside the tailgate and replace, say, the license plate bulb. Cut a slit in an extra vacuum line that I had, and we're going to slide that over the edge of the access panel, and that's going to act as a cushion handle so we're not cutting our hands on the sharp edge of the metal. We had tacked these hinges down in episode 17, now it's time to weld them in for good. Now I'm going to take a few minutes to clean up my welds and spray them with some self-etching primer so hopefully they don't rust. Due to our corrosion and our pen disintegrating, there's no way we can just replace that pen because it's bolted into this top cover here. So we ordered a new one off eBay from Florida. And look, Ohio car.
Ohio.
Florida car. Even just the plastic looks better. So we're going to just toss this whole thing out of here and put in a whole new pump. Now that our harness is going to be good and we shouldn't have any more electrical issues with the wiring and water. Everything else is good to go.
All right.
Everything was good to go.
Trash this thing.
Alright, try this again. Take 4. Oh man, looks like we got some troubleshooting to do. We'll see you guys next episode as we try and get this car done by April 29th for the Gambler 500 in Detroit. What's in here? Oh, rust. Yeah, lots of rust.